The latest LTCC news
on LTCC Radio.
The latest LTCC news.
You're probably wondering where Hunter is. He's not here for today's LTCC news report. With the latest news for the Landline Telephone Society, I'm Joseph Crossland. In the LTS server, a ban has been given to Thomas Jensen and Hydraulic 160, aka the Garrick, for use of trolling other members, stealing phone numbers. The phone number of the Jordan U was leaked by the Aaron Dunn. In other news, my ATA is now officially working and the LTS support line is officially working today. You can call us on the LTS support line throughout the show. The number will be listed. In other news, Rod Arvin Electrics is in the UK at the minute and has bought some great phones, including the iDex Loop Plus, BT Advanced Z and a Panasonic with talking caller ID. That's the latest for the Landline Telephone Society. For an update anytime, you can listen back on YouTube Live.
Joseph Crossland
on LTCC Radio.
Hello, welcome back to the LTCC Radio stream. It's me, Joseph Crossland, taking your calls through the show. You can call free on our free phone number. Well, it might be free, depending, but okay then. You can call us on the phone number. It's 877-454-7493. Then press 1 to be connected to LTCC Radio. That's if you're calling off a US number. On a UK number you're not able to yet, or on a number in any other country. Although, if you do want to contact the show, you can post a comment in the YouTube live chat. So, on today's show, we're going to be talking about telephone systems here on the LTS, on the LTCC Radio. It's Joseph Crossland here, and it is my talk show here on LTCC Radio. And we've got lots coming up for you, including LTCC Radio. We're going to be doing some chatting about systems now, telephones and stuff, because recently I bought an ATA for my telephone system and I want to share a few things about it. It's a great ATA. It's a Cisco SPA1 and it's a 2-line telephone thing, and it was quite easy to work with, and at first I wasn't able to get it to work with my Grandstream phone for the Wi-Fi, so I had to get a Wi-Fi extender from the other room in that house and use that. So if you want to post anything about your setup in there, but we're going to also talk about UK telephone lines for the UK fans out there. Get in touch again in the YouTube live box if you want to get involved in the conversation. We are going to be talking about landline telephone master sockets in the UK. They're cutting them all off, aren't we? I still have one. I know a couple of people that still have one, even when they're in with BT still. So I do prefer the old analogue lines, and I'll miss them when they go over to the digital voice. I know quite a few people now that have had the digital voice problem. Some people have had new handsets. Some have been able to keep their existing phones because they knew that they could just plug them into the spare phone jack. Now, I want your opinions on what's happening with the BT digital voice system thing. What's your honest opinions on it? YouTube live chat, that's what you can do. We've also got a phone if you call in from the US. It's 877-454-7493. Then press 1 and then you'll be connected to LTCC Radio. Anyway, so like I said in the news bulletin, I've got an ATA, and Rod Arvin Electrics is going to come up on the stage in the next part of the show, and he's going to tell you about his UK journey so far and how he likes it and all the telephones he's got as well. great show lined up for you today. We've got absolutely loads in store. So BT, obviously, yeah, with that. But the old sockets. Now, I want to kind of explain briefly how to add an extension socket to a BT digital voice system if you have extension sockets and phones in another room, if you want to liven them up. First of all, you want to disconnect your extension socket from your master socket, not the mains coming into your master socket, just the wires to the extension socket. And then you want to wire a junction box and wire the wires from the extension socket to a normal telephone cord, then plug the telephone cord into your router, and then that'll liven up your socket. So I was thinking of doing something like it when I got my ATA, but honestly I don't think I need it anymore with my setup, so I'm not going to bother with it. 877-454-7493. So, how has everyone's day been here? Mine's been okay, very stressful though, actually, if I do say so myself. Yeah, it's been quite stressful. So, in a minute, I'm going to take it away with the news because, well, no, not yet. I'll probably have a bit more time talking. I'm just trying to come up with a show. It's best for you. I'm also going to be talking about my favourite telephones, like some of the favourite features of my favourite telephones. There's the BT, the Panasonic KX-TGJ324. I absolutely love that set. It's got backlit keys, it's got a great colour display, it's even got talking caller ID, and the good thing is, old style ringers and new style ringers. The best part about it, great quality, just like the older sets, so it's not really anything different from an older set, which is why I like it so much, because it's proved that Panasonic can still make great telephones. And honestly, Panasonic really do good telephones. I do really like Panasonic telephones. I do think they are a great set of telephones. So of course, if you want to get in touch with the show, here are all the options too.
Get in touch with LTCC Radio now. Call 877-454-7493, then press 1 to be connected to LTCC Radio. Calls can only be taken on US numbers. Or you can message us on the YouTube live chat.
So thank you very much for that, telling us how you can get in touch with the show. If you've got anything to add, make sure to get in touch with the show. I'm going to be talking a bit of IP phones. Personally, I have struggled with them. Not a big fan of them. I am glad I have an ATA, because if I had to talk on an IP phone all the time, I don't really like them that much. So having an ATA, I do really like. I think it's great. It's a great little addition to my system. So also other phones I like Rod's phone. It's an Iranian phone. It's a Panasonic KX-TG3721. We have something similar here in the UK. It's the Panasonic KX-TG6621. It's a lot more common than the 3721. But the 6621's a little bit more basic than the 3721. They are basically the same, but I just think the 6621's more common. And it's surprising that the 3721's still actually sold in Iran, whereas the 6621's been disconnected. Well, no, sorry, not disconnected, discontinued. My words today. For quite a few years now, it's been discontinued. And so some other things have been going on, obviously, like the bans that had to be taken place. They were given plenty of chances. So obviously, like I said in the news bulletin, if you want to listen back at any time to the show, then you can. Or if you want to get in touch
with LTCC Radio now. Call 877-454-7493, 454 then press 1 to be connected to LTCC Radio. Calls can only be taken on US numbers. Or you can message us on the YouTube live chat.
Did that work? It didn't sound for me. Did that work? I'm just going to check. Yeah, if you want to get in touch with the show, then here are the numbers and the things that you can do to get in touch with the show.
Get in touch with LTCC Radio now. Call 877-454-7493, then press 1 to be connected to LTCC Radio. Calls can only be taken on US numbers. Or you can message us on the YouTube live chat.
So I have checked and it is playing out on the airways. I just can't hear it in the studio for some reason. So that's the end of the show from me because, to be honest, I actually don't really know what else to say. So after the news, I'm going to take it over to Rod Ardvin.
The latest LTCC news
on LTCC Radio.
With the latest news for the Landline Telephone Society, I'm Joseph Crossland. A ban has taken place in the LTCC Radio for Landline Telephone Society for, Hydraulic 160 and Thomas Janssen Electronics. Also, warning has been given out to Algae Railfan for leaking the phone number to these two trawlers. So, in other news, Rod Ardvin has visited the UK. Rod Ardvin has visited the UK and has bought some UK telephones. I have also got an ATA now for all my telephones and now have my telephone system complete. That's the latest for the Landline Telephone Society. Now for Rod Ardvin.
Rod Ardvin
on LTCC Radio.
Hey there, everyone, and good to see you here. So yes, as it was stated, I am in the United Kingdom. Now, I did get some phones such as iDeck 2 Plus and BT Advanced Z, and then a Panasonic X TGE 822. So far I've explored 2 cities and some other smaller villages and cities in the United Kingdom, and it was great. They have a lot of classic buildings, but their biggest city, which is London, is very crowded. Very crowded, very crowded. But I do like it overall. Pretty cool country for itself. It's very similar to Iran, not gonna lie. And very interesting. Anyways, for the 3 phones I got, I uploaded the videos for 2 of them, which are the iDeck Loop Plus and BT Advanced Z. Sorry about that. I'm really tired. Anyways, I got the BT Advanced Z and iDeck Loop Plus and the Panasonic. I really like the BT Advanced Z. It's honestly an improved version from any BT that I've ever seen. So that's why I'm really glad that I got the BT Advanced because of that. And honestly, I recommend it for the British users. If you want to get a new phone, get the Advanced Z. It's completely worth it. Same with the Panasonic X TGE 822. That phone is absolutely very unique. for me at least, because it does have a lot of features. The features that the KXTGJ324 has, that the Joseph has. And it does have the TGK220 ringers. Same Dynamic Loop Plus. That one is a bit of a more basic phone. It does have call blocker. I'm not sure if it's smart or not, but it does have call blocker and a dedicated button. It's a very nice looking phone. It's probably the nicest phone I've seen. Probably the TGK could win too, but this one also is a designer range. Sorry, and it's very nicely nicely designed. I really liked reviewing it, and it was great. It had a big font. It was pretty acceptable. But honestly, out of them, I think the BT and the Panasonic were the ones who actually impressed me. Most of the BT really had some great features. Honestly, the call blocking that the BT has, no other phone ever had that. No other phone like BT call blocking is amazing. Same goes to VTech call blocking. VTech call blocking is pretty good too. And Panasonic goes in the last, unfortunately, for smart call blocking because they don't give you the options to answer the call or send the call to answer machine. They just let you answer the call and they just screen the call for you. But still, pretty interesting for the fellow Brits. And I'm glad that they had this great achievement. Anyways, the videos are up on my channel and you may watch them. Anyways, this is the end of my show, and I will sign off from LTCC Radio for tonight, as it's getting late in night here. Goodbye, see you, and take care.
Get in touch with LTCC Radio now. Call 877-454-7493, then press 1 to be connected to LTCC Radio. Calls can only be taken on US numbers. Or you can message us on the YouTube live chat. Chris Hendricks
on LTCC Radio.
Hendricks
on LTCC Radio.
I'm sorry, everybody. We're having technical issues here. We're waiting for Chris. Chris, can you talk now? Because it's your turn.
Chris Hendricks
on LTCC Radio.
I guess we'll start with a news report.
The latest LTCC news.
On LTCC Radio.
With the latest news for the Landline Telephone Society, I'm Joseph Crossland. I don't really know what to say. With the latest news for the Landline Telephone Society, I'm Joseph Crossland. Rod of Electrics has travelled to the UK, collecting some telephones. Where is Chris? Well, it looks like we're going to have to end the stream. Sorry about this, everybody. I would have thought that if you'd have been on the stream, then you would have listened, like made sure when it was your turn. But oh no, that's not the case for this person. So I'm very sorry, but the stream will be no longer going ahead. I'm very sorry about this, everyone.